Hey, so it can be a little bit hard to understand me sometimes. I get that a lot. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna continue on other things I've been talking about. This time, I want to talk about the Native American situation here in America. Most Americans hate talking about that one. So it's pretty obvious the Native Americans were aware that y'all were like really into backstabbing people back then. They came to learn this over time, and they realized, that they had to come up with a way to deal with it. My guess is that's the Declaration of Independence time, because you got we the people. Obviously, it should be we the people of the land. You had been apportioned your land. We had been apportioned ours. We had our own shit going, and we helped you with your shit. So we the people. The First Amendment right, which is, you know, that's the funny thing about the First Amendment right, is every treaty that y'all broke after that, and Native Americans made sure to make as many treaties as possible. That way there'd be a paper trail, because let's face it, y'all love your paper. So every treaty after that now becomes tied to the First Amendment. You know? Because eventually you're going to take over the whole land, and we will have the right to file a grievance. Because eventually, you'll fuck up, and a few of us will become citizens. The Second Amendment rights, man, y'all really fucking that one up, alright? So, what we were trying to explain to y'all is that you just don't give any idiot a weapon. You gotta make sure that dumbass is gonna come over to our side, shoot some people just to start a fucking war. Before you start giving them weapons. Because your motherfuckers will do that. Heck, they'll come over the wall with fucking selling us coats and shit that are filled with fucking all kinds of diseases. That's an everyday occurrence with your people back then. And that Second Amendment was there to remind y'all. Quit being stupid with your weapons. How's it working out for y'all? So, the whole point of that Declaration of Independence, us helping y'all and all that shit. You wanna know why they did that? That was a way to show the world compromise. That was the Native Americans going, okay, look, a lot of bad shit happened. We'll try to solve it here. And if you can't be appeased by that, then, we'll fight you back. We'll make some more treaties. We'll fight you back. We'll make some more treaties. And we'll keep this going on until the end of fucking time. But every time, they're always coming back and they're offering a helping hand. We're not trying to kick you out. Well, we will, address the grievances sooner or later. I mean, World War II, they were there, right? Guarantee you they were there for World War I too, if y'all let them be in there. And every other fucking thing, they've been there with y'all, helping y'all, fighting with y'all. Even if you can't understand the world, which is pretty much my world, they were still there with you. And yeah, it took them a long time to be able to merge with your world. But as you can see, the product is quite fucking livid, I gotta love Carlos Castaneda, You gotta wonder what group started that whole thing. Not only that, but the whole fucking, what was it, that Crow guy in Germany? Fucking stealing horses, he's achieving all these feats and shit. And it's like, what are you trying to show off now? I'm really interested in the data on the war party. And they don't really, put that shit up online. But that must have been one hell of a war party he led right there. The other shit was cool too, though. But they've been there for a while. You really got to think about that, man. Just think about it. The code talkers. They figured out a way to talk your language, use symbols and shit, the way they would with their language. But when they use it in your language, you motherfuckers can't hack it. Because y'all not able to, be fluid with the symbols, or as fluid. or even know what to tie it to. So it's like, yeah, I admit that was pretty fucking cool. It's just a language-based thing, really. You know, most of us is passed from eye to eye, heart to heart, and then it just itself in language over time, depending on what we learn, you know, where we go, what we do, what we experience, things of that nature. That's why everybody else reads Carlos Castaneda. They see a golden ticket, a prize, something that they could sell to people for money. You know, I read Carlos Castaneda, and what I found was tradition. What I found was my past. You know, but with someone else collaborating it as opposed to it just being a lived experience. You know, because my lived experience was a pretty weird one. And then to find it in something else that's coherent, because every other, like I looked at all the other religions, they're always revolving around some image that they bow to. And I'm always like, well, if you're bound to an image, my guess is slavery is involved somehow. You know, that's my opinion of the matter. So I always avoided those books once I read them. I was like, I read this one book and like, no, this is about a hunter, experiences he's had in life, things he's been able to do, blah 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 blah. You know, and he's got, you know, the mezcalito, but if you read mezcalito correctly, it's easy to understand what he's talking about. If you don't, maybe you think it's something like God. Depending on how you interpret it, it could be. Because really, mezcalito is reality, is what he was talking about. He wasn't talking about, you know, big, he was talking about reality as it is. You know, reality. And that is mezcalito in John Clark's books. You know? And the drug, you know, the whole drug thing chooses you thing that just, it just highlights most of us are fucking over here testing drugs, and we usually find one that's safest for us. It works with our rhythm, our tempo, our method. You know, he's got mad different shit in the book he writes about. You got the traps and the rabbit. You know, you can't help the rabbit in the trap. You know, he's got a whole bunch of shit. But you know, all tradition shit. Some cool shit. Funny how it turns out too. That's why it's like, you know, many people have come to me, hey, yo, dude, you get paid this and this and that. But, nah, man, you know what my thing is? I really found joy is just talking to people, going to work, and knowing that work is pretty fair. Everybody's cool. Everybody's working towards the same thing. No one's mistreating each other. No one's discriminating against each other. Shit like that. That's what I like. So a motherfucker like me got to go back to Puerto Rico. Here, hurricanes coming soon too, so there's work to do. You know, and that's pretty cool. Get to know some people. Talk. That shit's worth this weight in gold. There's your fucking ticket.